Previously on Snale Racing, we watched Gnob finish the disassembly of the 8274 winch he had scored on Craigslist. It looked terrible after being in the weather for years, but when he hooked it up to power, it ran both ways just fine, once again proving the supremacy of the worn 8274 winch. Gnob began the restoration with some fresh primer and paint on the drum assembly. After that, will the job go as planned? Probably not. It never does in the Snale Racing Garage. But hey, we can hope. When we last saw Gnob, he was patiently sanding his life away. Let's rejoin him at the workbench. So Gnob, while we're sitting here watching you polish and polish, this gives me an idea. Maybe you can tell me why I haven't seen you for hours and hours and days.
Well, the short story is sometimes a project will snowball. And so obviously this winch was super dirty and I started cleaning it and it got too shiny in a spot, and then I had to get it shinier in a different spot to match it. And then I had to get it shinier in a different spot to match that. And then all of a sudden I was like 1,000 hours deep into just rubbing and caressing and just rubbing and caressing this thing. All right, now that you've seen all of the rubbing and the polishing and the this and the that, it is time to finally put all these parts together. And that's what we're gonna do here today. Okay, so the first step to putting this winch back together is putting in the bushings for the drum. And then after that, we'll proceed to working on the brake assembly and then the upper and the rest of that. These are the part kits to get this started. These are the drum bushings here. Basically 4 pieces. Your partner. So what we have is, this is this is your idler end piece. This is your main drum to case piece. Here's your seal, and this is the actual piece that rides on the drum and mates against the case that way. So what we're going to do is we'll start by installing the bushings and stuff there, and we'll get the drum ready to go in. And then afterwards, we're going to move on to the drum rebuild. There's your part number there, and it's got everything we need to rebuild the drum, all the bearings, the springs, the seals, brass bushing, that little O-ring. All right, so as mentioned, this is the bushing, and this will be the first piece that we install into the case here. We'll go ahead and tap that down with the plastic hammer here in a moment. And all right, this little piece right here shows that we're 4.8 millimeters when this is installed. Here's what this reveal looks like. 4.8, if you don't want to do the math, is 188, so you're about 3/16 down into that hole. Pretty simple, just tap it down here. And since we've already talked about this one a little bit, we just line this back up where this hole matches this hole. Very simple. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try to build this with the brake on its side instead of installing the drum first and then kind of trying to fumble around doing it the other way. So first step is just to take this large gear, put it down there, get it out of the way. We're going to go ahead and grease this bearing here. I'm just going to fill it full of grease and then pack it with the end of the shaft here. Like I said, just take a fingerful of grease. I'll stick it down the hole like this. Don't need a ton. I just want to kind of make sure this packs in there good, and if there's any old shit in there, it gets pushed out. I didn't replace this bearing because it wasn't really cashed out, which potentially damage the case beating that out of there. So what we'll do is just go down in the hole. And this, we'll pack that. Like I said, it pulled that nasty grease out of there. Okay, first step is we're just installing this O-ring that came new with the kit into this groove right here. All right, I'm going to show you how this goes just for the sake of demonstration. Assemble look like this. This is your first piece. You can see it's got those cogs. It sits down right here on these. This is the second piece, and those gears actually will go through here when this goes together. And we'll try this again. Oh, that's much better. So this is what it looks like down. And everything's sitting down in there. You can see how those cam pieces are working together. Okay, so the next piece that goes in here is this bronze bushing, and that keeps this whole shaft centered. Just tap it down in there, and I will use the other bushing as a guide. A little bit of research, I was able to find a replacement seal that was a little bit cheaper than worn. So there's your part number. There your seal, looks almost identical. Alright, plate installed as such. There are two nipples that will point down, okay? Then again, gear goes up with the little, this side pointing up. Yeah. This installs like this now. So what we're attempting to do right here is assemble the brake, and then we'll put it onto the shaft like this. So this is the outer. So how this needs to be assembled is this will be the outer. This guy will go on here like that. This goes on here like that because the spring will install there. You have 21 balls. Just a quick note here, this ratcheting wheel in the center of the drum is facing the wrong way in this little segment. So I apologize for that. Something like that. Your spring goes on this detent here. We have the matching detent here. This will install like that. At this point, we're getting ready to install the drum. We got these two pieces left. You can see this has got the little shoulder on it. That one will go on first. Flat side goes down. That little shoulder will go into the deal. This is your little rubber. Okay. Same thing. Just go down on here like this. You don't want to roll it, don't tear it. When it's all installed, it will look like that. Again, your reveal looks like that. That was 3/16. I add a little bit of grease to that bushing, and then we'll go ahead and start installing the drum here. Okay, once the drum installs all the way into the proper place, this catch will slip down in there, and what that does, it locks the brake shaft in, and then it also locks the drum into the housing there. So that stuff is all good now, and we can go ahead and install this idler here. All right, we got it set up on the table jig there. The end plate installed. We'll go ahead and install that cap and the grease fitting here real quick.
Wait, grease fitting? Why would you add a grease fitting to the idler end of the winch? Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion of the 8274 restoration at Snale Racing. We'll find out what that grease fitting is for and see how the shiny parts all fit together. We'll be back next week, but we don't want to leave you hanging too long, so here's some 8274 prawns to tide you over. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow us over on Instagram.